listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Let's do the activities. Let's try to configure. I'll tell you the requirement first, and then, based on a requirement, we'll configure. Here now, the requirement is the user wants to see a list of cases which were created, or user wants to open one particular case. That is the requirement. Suppose there is a manager. Manager wants to see all the cases which were created till now. For some monitoring purpose or whatever it may be, but he wants to look into the cases. But this kind of requirement will not be there in real-time scenario, because in real time you will be having some hundreds and thousands of cases. They will be looking into cases based on some filter criteria, like cases which were created last week or cases which were created last Monday, something like that. Some requirement will be there, but we have created very few cases, some around some 10 cases or 15 cases which were present on a database. We will see all the cases which were present on a database. Is that fine? We will use JBrowse method to fetch the list of cases, and we'll try to add that list in the user interface, and we'll see. That's fine. Now just open the case. Let's say you can close all these steps. You can click on the bottom arrow. Is there write extreme rate? Extreme rate. Extreme rate. You have one arrow, top one, in our career. You have another development. You can click there. You can click on close all. That is one option. It will close it. Now you can open application. Let's click on case type. We'll try to add the screen yet. You can then click on a distance request. We'll try to add one screen to visualize the data after this. Yesterday we are looking at this enrollment thing come down. After enrollment, only we'll try to add one screen. After enrollment, we have decision right before decision. We'll try to add one screen. Open that flow. Open that flow. You know right how to open a flow here. You can click on the open process. You have to click on the open process. Open process. Open process. Let's try to add one screen here. Screen is nothing but an assignment shape rate. We'll try to add one assignment shape here, and then on an assignment screen, we'll try to map the data which we have browsed through activity. Just right click on the and I add one assignment here. Assignment and the connector is the right prompt for enrollment. Connector to it is connecting to decision shape rate. You remove that connector. Don't delete you. You click on the dot. Dot is the ending dot. The dot you drag it to here. You add. Now, from this connector, from this assignment shape, you add a connector to the decision. From one dot, you over on one dot and add it to a decision. It's fine. Wherever it added, you can get it added right. You can drag this and email rejection to some right side. I think it did. You just drag this and email rejection to the right side. You will get some space. Now you try to. You have added one screen in between these two yesterday. There is no screen present here. After you click on yes or no, it will going for a based on yes or no condition. Now you have added one screen in between. This is an assignment shape. Every assignment shape, you need to add a flow action. You double click on connect it. The flow action will be connected. Know that connector is for prompt for enrollment. This is the connector is for the new assignment which you have added. You might double click. Now you add a flow action like any friction you had like case details. We are browsing a case. You can add a browser like a detail, some name. Create this action. Crosshair, crosshair, crosshair. Now create. To create, you have to create a rule right before adding it. Create and open. Now flow action contains a section that we have already discussed. A flow contains flow actions. Flow actions contains the sections right. You add one section here. You create one section like a showcase, details or something. You click on that crosshair icon. You just save this section. After creating an activity, we will map our data to the section. Just to save it and keep it as I like. You can close this one anyhow. And you save the flow action also. Now you have saved the flow action. Now you go and save the flow. Also, you need to save each and every rule. Whatever the rule you have customizing. No. Here only submit it and the save this one also. Assignment name. You give some name. Showed it. Assignment name is blank. You double click that assignment. You give some assignment. Name is data. Show details. Something. Submit and save it again. Now just create a case and see what screen you are getting here. See, now you are at a prompt for enrollment after prompt for enrollment only. Right. You have added one dummy screen. After prompt for enrollment, only have added that assignment shape. Right. When you click the submit here, It will move for next screen. It will move for a case short agency. Nothing is configured. Data is not coming here. Now you will. Whenever you click on Submit Previously, you have to get the data here right. When you submit it on previous screen, you have to get the data on here, or before loading the screen, you have to invoke the activity. Correct? Before loading the screen means where you have to invoke an activity. From where you have to run an activity before loading the screen means you have to invoke an activity in pre-processing of this flow action. Correct? If you open the flow action, we have pre and post processing. Right? We have discussed if you open that. In a connector, we have flow action, right? Is open. I think it is open in the next step. Just open it. In the Actions tab, you have your Layout tab right in Actions tab. You have C pre-processing and post-processing. You can see the headers are pre-processing and post-processing. When you want to invoke an activity, you want to invoke an activity like not an activity. You want to see the details immediately when you have entered into that screen. Right. You have to make your data ready before getting into the screen. Correct? Correct? After leaving the screen, if you are making a data in clipboard, it's no use rate. Before coming into the screen itself, you have to fetch the data and keep it on a clipboard for ready. You have to for per section. Correct. In pre-processing, you will configure an activity. Understood. Why we are doing it on pre-processing is like see, we are loading a section before coming into the section itself, or data has to be ready. Before means pre-write. Pre-processing before coming into the section means you can either write in pre-processing, correct? Or actually you can write in utility also. You can add a utility shape and you can write in utility, but don't add shapes like that unnecessarily. We can use this pre-processing thing. You understood? See, we are loading a section called case details. Before entering into the section itself, we have to get that data right. The data has to be readily available. You understood? Otherwise, it will not come into the screen. It will not show on screen. The data will not be on clipboard. How will it show on screen? You will configure an activity here. You write an activity, fetch your case IDs or something activity. You create one activity called a feature, case details or case IDs. Data transfer. No, we have to fetch from database, right? If you are doing any database operations, we have to write an activity. How to write where? Known an activity. Run activities there, right? Run activities. Run activities are created. Here you can click on crosshare icon. You give some name, fetch case details or something. Like if we are doing it from data transfer, we'll do it from the top option. But data transforms, you cannot fetch right. You will have obj browse method only in activities. Correct. That's why you have to use activities for database manipulations. Click on create and open. Now you have created an activity. You have to configure an activity now. You are trying to fetch a list of cases which were present on a database, right? To fetch multiple records, we will use objbrowse. We have already discussed regarding objOpen and objbrowse. objbrowse is used to fetch multiple records. objOpen is to fetch a single record. We will write objbrowse because we are fetching multiple records. Method is objbrowse. Objbrowse right, browse. Or else if you type obj, you click on down arrow, you will get it. Click on down arrow. obs. Now you expand that method. We will configure the method parameters. Expand that one under that arrow. Now it is asking for method parameters. There are a few inputs. There are a few required fields here. Correct. First thing is page name. We will see class. Class is nothing but a database table, right? From which class we have to fetch. We need a PID, right? PID will be present in which table? Which class it will be there? Like PID, right? You just see in the clipboard on which page. User page. Inside user page, it's which page? You change the thread. Py work, correct. Py work page is mapped to which class? Py work page, first one only, which you have expanded. Customer. You click on Py work page. I click. Now you control F and you see whether you have PID here or not. It will be mapped to pxhole. Visit class, right? What? P. Just we are checking whether we have PID in this page or not. This one. We have the data here. Now we have to fetch from this particular class. What is the class? Class is pixob class. You have to remember the property names. pj class. Class is nothing but a table, right? This is the class you have to give there. You understood how to see on which page the data is there. You have to give that page class. See, I understood that is lesson 1. That is our thread name, right? That's right. We have the data or not in the clipboard by check that PID and then class name would be pxobj class name. And this is the class. And then what you said next. And what I'm saying is make a class is nothing but database table rate. We are fetching from this particular class means we are fetching from this particular table, which is this class. Now this class you have to give this page also. What page you are saying? No. What I'm trying to say is like the PID is present on which page? PID is present on PY work page, right? You have to fetch the data from the class which is mapped to PY work page. You understood? Suppose if you want to fetch any other information. Suppose if you want to fetch information, the customer ID. If you want to fetch information, the customer name. Customer name is present on which page? Customer name is present on customer ID page. The class, which class you will give data-customer. That class you will give in OBJ grounds. Got? Now you are right. This is all page right. This is what you are saying. It's a very simple. What we need to do is that first you need to understand which properties you need to fetch. Which properties are fetching? You're fetching a case ID. You need a case ID to show. Case ID present in which page in clipboard is present in PY work page. PY work page is mapped to virtual class. PY work page is mapped to work class. Work page. Class is nothing but a table, right? You will mention the class name in OBJ browser. That it will fetch that from the table. Go to the Dev Studio. You mention the class name here. You understand how we have got the class. Generally, 90% of the things will be present on your class only. You need not verify. But only all the data will be there. Now you see which property you need to fetch. Which property we need. On the table, which property we need? We need PID, right? Just to take like we have taken this Google Road work assistance request, and the same we are able to see on the top right. Can you go to the second screen of assistance request? Where you was working in the studio clipboard. Here is also, it is mentioned Google. Do we really need to go there and search for OBJ class name? Or we can refer only this one on the top left side. The class you are telling, activity class. Sometimes that class and this object class might be different. Activity might be in different class. You are fetching the data from different table. You have to see what property you are fetching. You need to identify what property you are fetching. We are fetching case ID PID. PYD will be present in which table? That one we have to identify. There are many tables we need to know, right? Which table we need to specify here? This time has to understand. What is the property we are fetching? From this table, which property we are fetching? How to mention in the below? Below you have a select field. Dot. You have to give a property. If it's not coming out, you can directly give it will be present in more or somewhere. Double click. You have to double. If it's not there, it's fine. It will come. You understand it. How we have defined the class, how we have fetching the PYD. Now one question I have like. We can directly pull the class name from here rather than going to the clipboard. But you think that we might need to have customer ID, right? But it can be in the different class, right? But it might be different. Activity might be different classes. And we sometimes activity will be in working class. We might have a situation where we will fetch the data from assign work basket, assign work list. There are some system classes. We might fetch the data from those classes also. Class in this is stable. We should not go like that. First of all, we have to identify which property we need and that property where that property is present on clipboard. That particular class we have to mention in OBJ class. Like all these things are like page list properties itself, right? Like OBJ browser and all. We will define a page list now in page name. We will define a page list. Now we will define a page list called. We are fetching a data. We will define a page list called case ID. You will order some case details list. Case details. Cs must be capital. Case details list. Why we are mentioning a list here? Because we'll be getting multiple records in PUID, case ID will not be only one case. There will be many cases in a database. We have to define a list page here. Whenever you're mentioning any page name here, you have to mention that page in pages and classes. Go to pages and classes. Mention case. Details list. What is the case details list? To which class we have to map? We have already discussed this part. OBJ. No, class must be code. Remember that every time you have to map code. Pagola Stormy here. Code I found by the iPhone list. You don't remember good steps. Like every time I felt we need to see the page list, we need to go to the code. Pagola Stormy. I will show you code. This will be there. What steps I will show you? Click on that question mark. Icon is there and help icon on the right side. That con. Let it load. It will open for OBJ browse. Like, we will directly get this in the user page itself. Before the PY work page. Come down. This OBJ browse method. You see page name is there. Page name. No, on the top itself. Page name. Enter a page name of destination page to contain search results. Whatever the results you are searching, that results will be stored on that particular page. The system uses code Pagola. Stormy is the class of this page. Every time you have to use code Pagola Stormy. You have to mention like this is the conventions. You have to blindly remember. Case details list. Here R must be capital. X must be small. X must be small. R must be capital. like if we are doing it to some other page. We shall even do it like, if at all, there is a page called name. Then we need to write like name dot results. And this one has to be mapped to your worker class. What class is there? Go 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 go. You can give, you can type, you will get in the bottom. You just type and click on down arrow, you will get. Go for hyphen, go for. Not. Work it as you can write dash. No, don't remove. You will get it on down or you will get. Now go to steps. See, we have understand how to configure it. First of all, we are fetching multiple records. We are using OPGO, browse what values we are fetching. We are fetching PYD. You have given PID. PYD is present in which table? PYD is present in the table, which is map of the worker class. How do we know that in a clipboard? We are seeing it. On that page, we are getting the details. It is mapped to that particular table. Now, the results which you are fetching must store on some page on clipboard. Right. We have to specify on which page you have to store the results. Correct. That page is nothing but a case details list. Page details list. Page name you have given. Page details list. Save this activity. First, let's run this activity standalone and let's see whether you are getting a data. Click on Actions and run. Run is the first one. And click on Run again. Here you click on Run. Success rate. Close this window. Click on Clipboard here itself. We have Clipboard on the top. Let's see whether case details list is there. This list was formed or not in Clipboard. You just see cases C right. C, in the sense you are getting the top itself. Expand that one. See, you have 6 results. In 6 cases you have created till now. You can click on each case. Now click on that X. Double click. You will get A2, A3. If you want any other information related to this case, you can give on that query. On the OBJ browse, you have right below. You can suppose you want some information of any other things like go to that OBJ browse query activity. And you can add a plus icon is there. You can add one plus icon. And click on dot. You can give customer ID or whatever you want. You can give it here. Customer. Again you click on dot. Is there anything coming? Again you click on dot. Like we also have like different conditions also, not only value only. We can write a condition also here if you want. Suppose if you are fetching any employee information. Like employee salary, you are fetching salary greater than some 100 or some A2K like that. You click on dot again. Which dot? After customer ID, click on dot. Type dot. See you give on customer ID what details you need. Account ID, full name, last name, and you save it. Just try running it again and see whether you are getting customer ID details or not on clipboard. Run it and open a clipboard from the run window and check results. PX results. PX results only. Click on one PX result. Double click on it. Click on second one. Single click only. But no, not there. P result of 2P. Just see the data, how you are getting. Same data you are getting or any change. Same data. Same data only. Same data, right? I think because customer ID is not for different class. That's why. Go to your activity one more time. Instead of customer ID, it is there. If we want to fetch any detail like some other class, once we need to give the class name and pages. Correct? Correct. You delete this one. Customer ID. Account ID you delete. You add one more plus icon. Click on dot. You try to give. What you will give is like you give card number. You give. Save it. You select that field. You check that field is there. Select field. Checkbox. Before card number. Set. Now go and run. I think card number you will not get because we haven't entered any card details there. Run it and check in the clipboard. I guess we did not check box the previous ones. When we read the customer ID and all. Result. Click on first result. I think you will not get any card number. See, card number is not coming. Because we haven't entered any card, number is coming. But data is not coming. Why is data not coming? Because we haven't entered any card number. Now let's enter one card number. You are getting 6 results now. Let's create one more case and see whether you are getting 7 results or not. Create a case. Launch the board. You can close all the other windows or the unnecessary. This clipboard. This thing works. Here you can create one more case. Now we enter the card number. Continue. Continue. Here you enter some card number. Let's see whether this case is coming or not. Now we go and run the activity. Now this will get stored in a database. Now you have to fetch the data from database. Click on run. You can go and see the clipboard. certificate, certificate, or card number, still you are not getting. It's actually A3, right? Is A101. I think it's not coming in order. All cases A02. You see for A02, go to the thread. No thread is correct only because we are running it standalone, right? We are not running from any case. Individual activity we are running. A02 also we are not getting. Go for other things. Other pages. This one. It's not getting. No, not getting. Actually, we have to get the data. Might be go to the Designer Studio. You go to Clipboard and click on that property. Go to Clipboard. Click on card number. Click on card number. Card number. It will open the property in Designer Studio. Go to Designer Studio. It has opened its property. Click on Actions. Once you go to Advanced here. Once you go to Advanced before Actions. Go to Advanced. Come down. You select this column inclusion. Is there right? Column inclusion you have right there. On the top problem. Click there. You keep required. Save. Click on Actions. One sec. You have optimized for reporting, right? Click on Optimize for reporting. Click on Next. Click on Next. Click on Finish. Now you refresh. Now you save this one. Save this property. Now go and run the activity once. One more time. Just we have optimized this property. Sometimes it will not. Go and run the activity. Fetch details. Last but second. If it is not coming now also, then I need to debug why it is not coming. KO2. It is not coming. If you try to create one more case, now after optimizing, let's create one case and see. Card number has to come actually. Give the card number and after clicking on submit, let's check on clipboard. First, let's check on clipboard whether this is present or not. Check on clipboard from here. You will get to this A1033 thread. Where is the clipboard here? Bottom. Click on it and click on clipboard. Now you see you search for card number on the top search or you can search in PY work page. Property is there, right? Property. You filter on that property. It's there. PY work. Oh, it is on payment information. That's why I think it's not coming. It's on different page, right? It's on different page. It's not directly on PY work page, right? That's why it is not coming. We have to write object. Browse on payment information actually. But you understood right. How we should write object browse. And the payment information you can see. You have to fetch from that particular table. We are fetching from wrong table. Now we will try to include this page list in the user interface. Go to section. Section you have created right. Go to flow and open. I think you have closed the section. Flow is the second. Now next up. How do you open a section? Section is present in a flow action. Double click on connect. Double click on connect. You will open a flow action. Open that flow action. Open means click on the crosshair icon. Go to layout. Layout is there. You have to refer the activity here. You click on down arrow here. Activity is there. Hit run activity. Click on down arrow. Don't give dots. Dots are only for properties. Fetch details. Save this one. You have to save it right. You have made a change. Go to layout. Open the section. Now we will refer this page. Is there right? Get the case details list. Some case details list. At the page, we will refer in a section now. You click on convert to full section editor. Hyperlink is there, right? On blue convert to submit. You add a table layout here. Layouts will be present in which tab? Layouts will be present in structural right. Structural. A table means we are showing a list of record sets. That's the table we are adding. You can add in, open the table. Open means double click right. Correct? Double click on or click on the gear icon. Anything is here. Now you have to view that property. That page you have created right. Inactivity. That the case details list. No property, only that is case details list. Yes, because on clipboard you are getting on that page right. No, just submit. And you add that case details list in pages and classes. You add that case details list here. Similarly, how you have added in activity is similar. It must be code Pega list. No code, Pega list right. This is code Pega list. Code Pega list. Pega list. And you add click on plus icon and you try to add a code, case details list. You have to add similarly. What you have done for activity is similar pages you have to add here. Results. Small. And class must be a work class. Work assistance request. No work means go forward. Go forward. Go forward. Work class request. Now go to the table layout once. Go to the table layout. Design table layout. Open the table layout once. Instead of just giving page details, you have to give PX also. You click on down arrow on the top. You click on down arrow. You added peaks here. Click on submit. Now you see it was changed right. Table case details was PX of class. You are getting right inside the table layout. No, no property. What is the property? You are willing to show on UI, right? What is the property you are willing to show on UI? Provider, right? You are fetching PY. You are assuming to show that one only correct. And card number also right. But card number, anyhow, the data is not coming right. You add the PYD in a below. Below you have that, not that below. After table, you have one thing right. Action top. No. Come down. There, that is a header. That is a column hitting below. You have to refer the property. There. Open that one. Click on the gear icon. You will open it. Every time you have to click on the gear icon dot, you have to give this a property. If it's not coming also, no problem. Py anyhow you will get. You will get it. Sub. And the header is case. ID right. You have to give the table header, also column header. You can give any label here. Save this section. Now go and create a case. Go and create a case and see whether you are getting the details or not. We are pre-processing it before loading that section itself. We are loading the activity and storing a data on clipboard, and from clipboard, that page we are referring here. Submit. Now, if you click on submit here, you need to get the table. You understand how we are getting. Why we are getting here? Because we are pre-processing it and storing it on clipboard, and from clipboard we are mapping the data to use a UI section. And after this it will go to that condition. Similar to yesterday. It will trigger that email, and all because you haven't selected anything right. Is there a way I can go back or no? I have to create. No, you have to create again. One more case. Now you can customize this table layout. Go to that table again, that screen. No, go to that screen. Create a case and go to that screen. Which one? Create a case. But mapping is important. We have mapped from clipboard page to section. Not required these things, just submit. Click on submit. Now here, if you click on add item on the top, is nothing is happening, right? You select one row and click on delete. Nothing is happening, right? Because we haven't configured anything on that. On click of add item. If you have added like add an item, it will add an item. Go to the section. See, if you don't want to show that, add item and delete, you can actually open a table layout and you can delete them. Open a table layout. No, not here open a table. You are opening right. 1.1. You have here. See here you have 1 second. Come down. You have see display grid, header and footer. If you uncheck that one, it will hide that. Add item and footer. Also submit and see the changes how it is behaving. See, and puddle was also hidden, right? Now go to your case and refresh your case. No need to create, just go actions and refresh. Click on. Go on. That was removed, right? You can customize the UI whatever you want, but you have to get familiar with the options, where that option is present or not. Now, if you want to add a delete icon after this row, you can add a delete icon. Go to that table. In the Designer Studio, you can right click on the top. You have one dot right on top of case ID, No, no, no. In the table only. You have case ID, column right. You have one dot right click there inside column on the right side. Now you add a header like delete, or if header is not there, also it's fine here, delete, submit, and you add below properties there, right? No, below there you open that one. You add an image. You know how to add image here. You click on change there on the top control. Is there right? Change. Select the image, is there on the extreme right. Standard icon is there. You can instead of standard blank is there. You keep standard icon on me blank, is there right. Click on blank. You can click delete or else. Instead of standard icon, click on standard icon on the top. You can keep images. Image you keep here. You click on the gear icon image. You have one gear icon right. You can select delete. That's for delete. You can add a delete, that's to be an icon, or that into mark, whatever you require. It looks nice. You can add and click on submit. Now save it. Go and refresh your screen and check. Refresh this section. Now click on go. You can delete the record, but you have just added an image. We haven't configured anything on it, anything. Now again, on click of it, you have to configure the event action model. Event action delete. Go to the section again. Open that delete icon on actions. You have to configure. Go to the delete icon. Go to action. Create an action. Set on click. Write what you will do. You will click on click action, all actions. You click on all actions, you search for delete here. Delete will be there on the extreme right side. You will be having a list, delete item. After deleting an item, I think you have to refresh the screen. I am thinking just try deleting it. If it is not working, we will see why it is not working. I think most it will not work. Just submit it. Now you refresh it one more time. Just click on delete icon. You are not deleting right because I think you have to refresh the section and make the table layout editable. I think go to that. See the Mesh Studio again. First of all, let's make a table layout editable. Open the table layout. By default, it will be read. Only go to Operation. Operations tab is there. Select inline row. Editing is inline rows. Click the rows to edit. You can check and try. These are all like random, like trial and error. You can try refresh and update and submit. Just check now, submit and save and just check whether it is working or not, or else we will keep refresh also. That's happening. It is deleting right. Yes, deleting from the list. You got it? How to delete from a table record you are deleting. Now this deleting will only happen in clipboard. It will not happen in database. You understood? You got it. You are not doing any DB operation here. You are not doing any operation. You are just deleting for I purpose. That's it. But it's in the clipboard. It will get deleted from clipboard. Got it. And you can edit. Also, you can click on a E3. Just click on a E3. It is getting edited. Click or double click. I think that one also. You can do that. Click on row to edit. Some option will be there and table layout only. You have to get familiar. Go through these options. Whatever options are there here in operations, you have right click row to edit. Always rows editable. Some option will be there. But you got the understanding how we are invoking an activity, how we are showing the detail. You can run activity before grid. You can do many operations in table layout. It's not like dynamic layout, table layout. You can do many operations. The presentation was selected. Only click row to edit, but it didn't get edited. It has to be master detail. Go to master detail. No. I think it's in lane only, but some go to presentation. No, these are all like. See, you have a display, row numbers. Is there a check? That one wants display row numbers. Submit and save. See the change. What change you are getting on screen? See, you are not writing any code. You need to just see the configurations. How to configure? Click on. Click on. Because you have deleted right. That's why before refreshing, it is asking whether you want to save your work. Go see you are getting a row numbers. Understood right. See again, you got the data. Whatever the rows, you have deleted those rows again, you can see because that change was not happening. database. The change only happened in our local clipboard only. Yes, but object browse, the main thing you have to understand today is object browse, how we were browsing. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.